Okay, welcome back, everybody. Bear with me. This is obviously very important. The dreadful weapon is crucial, or there wouldn't be as many interruptions. Okay, so let's do this. So, the dreadful weapon. Screenshot. Now, let's just say Thoth was to, and this is his mouth, his eyes, a headpiece, a crown piece that he usually wears. A lot of what's going on now in life, Thoth is dealing with the cicada, tomato, whatever. That particular, what do you call it? That particular insect. The number 17, the 17th level. The 17th level, the major arcana, is really the continuum, which was talked about in Book of Revelation. So as we get through all the episodes, dealing with the major arcana, we'll go into Thoth some more, especially by the time we get to the 7th level, the 7th episode, 17th, excuse me. But right here, as you can see, Miss Lady, mouth and chin, she's no joke. Now Thoth is working with her, in tandem with her, and this energy that you see, all that fiery energy, that destructive energy, is held in a certain vessel and controlled by Thoth. This is one of his boons for the dues that he has had to pay. So he received the responsibility of wielding such a weapon. The young lady, she recently was on this side of the veil with us. If I mention her name, you're going to know who she is straight away. But I won't. Out of respect for her family, out of respect for her, definitely. And because, the channel's new, so I really need y'all to just take what's very palpable and make your decision if you're going to absorb it or not, but at least it's tangible, what I can provide, what I can reveal. When I start talking about certain identifications of certain entities, deities, ancestors, spirits that I work with, it might be like, oh my God, this is poppycock. But instead, let me just give you some receipts. You know what I'm saying? Let me do that first. And when you get to know me, I'm going to start letting you know about who is on the other side, busting it wide open over here. Like, there ain't no way you're going to sit around here and block the 144 or anybody else that's here to serve and protect existence, the matrix. Ain't no way you're going to get in the way of that. The physics of the matrix is going to chew you out, but we'll probably get your ass out a little bit faster because that's just the way it is. How are you going to bring in the kingdom of heaven without clearing out a lot of different things that need to be cleared out and perhaps compartmentalized into the new hell on earth? We have the kingdom of heaven on earth, but you got to have the Dante's Inferno brought up to earth to balance that out. You have to have the balance of the polarities. You got to. Everything must exist or we cease to exist. So the dreadful weapon is just to make sure that, because things got so out of hand, whereby the scales have tipped on the side of ratchet and wicked, evil, all the low vibrational rage and fear and pain and hatred and all that comes with that. The actions, the activity, the chaos, the crime, the level of disrespect, the harassment. It's just gotten so bad. And then to really tip the scale and make it so that now you got Thoth unyielding, like unleashing and wielding this weaponry in tandem with someone that we knew on this side of the veil that recently passed because she was brutalized and left out in the wilderness for someone to find, and she was found, thank God. And I had already knew she passed because I had asked if she could hear me, and she could. And I said, well, let's come on home to Zion. And then with that became rehabilitation and things like that. And then she receives her boon Now she's a badass. She's working with Thoth. Her true destiny. Now she's not always in this. This is when they wield the dreadful weapon. Which, let me tell you something. It's very difficult to go in front of this weapon and not disintegrate. Even if you are a massive, like Kalima with her new boon, her new elevation and amplification. She has many different facets or different what do you call it? Forms that she takes on. But she received recently a Kraken form. So when she's down in hell, in the new hell, tending to it and procuring it and, HDTVing it. And it's massive down there. Like, you thought Kalima was frightening before. Even she had a problem being in front of this dreadful weapon for too long. She was like, nah, I'm good. I got in front of it for a little bit. I was just like, oh, woo, okay. There's Mother God can go in front of it, but it's still uncomfortable. She comes out of that, but it's nice to see her resilience because she's Mother God. Because we're talking about Father God, Yahshua, but now we gotta talk about Mother God, right? Mother God, if you in the oven like Daniel, you coming out of it because Mama God had you. She had your back up in that oven. So of course she's considered also doom. So if doom is on your side, you good. If doom is against you, oh my God. So if doom is on your side and let's just say somebody decided to put you in a Moloch, they put a figurine of you, effigy, whatever, the voodoo doll, picture, whatever the fuck these low-life heathens have done. And then did their little rituals. All of the rituals is full of grime and low vibrations, right? To bring you hell, to really bring you torment, okay? To disfigure, dismantle you and everything about you and give me what you got and get on with it. Get out of here. And you're in that oven cooking. You're in this Moloch owl oven cooking and carrying on. And so they thought, and then when you come out, something different. You come out as doom, a child of doom. So everywhere you go, people are feeling a certain type of way around you right now. I'm just going to tell you, this dreadful weapon is part of a mega war system, the Omega war system. Now, I can give you the blueprints, the map of the Ark of the Covenant in its alpha resting bitch face mode. It's still dangerous. It's still volatile. It's still nuclear and then some. But the Omega war system of the Ark of the Covenant is the illest. And it has different sectors. It has different levels, different points, degrees. It's very profound. And we're going to go into that. Just let me go into that just a little bit so you can get more visuals. And then I want to do a read. I want to find out more about why Papa Legba was like, this is what I want you to cover today. I'm going to talk through that read for you. So this ancient Sumerian tablet is depicting the war system, the Omega, like the Mother God, Doom. So the alpha resting bitch state, that's Yahshua's Ark of the Covenant. That blueprint has its, it's the round table. It has departments. It has the four apocalyptic departments. And in the central core, there's this central office in the middle of this ark. And there's levels in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 of capability and gifts. But make no mistake, everybody seated at this round table, whether you're human or you're from Andromeda, you're from Pleiades, you're from any parts of the Orion Belts, Bellatrix or Rigel, Sirius B, it doesn't matter where you're from, Ashtar Command, big up, Federation, big up, doesn't matter where you are seated, what apocalyptic department you are part of. The bottom line is you're the best of the bestesses, and blood fire the motherfucking restesses. I promise you that. And that's what you're seeing in that dreadful weapon. It's like blood fire. So for those who just really couldn't set that ass down, right? And you got to get some of this war system. Let's get a better picture of her. This is a true Queen of Wands, okay? At the front lines, miracles. This is Mother God Day. Okay, this is Mother God. Okay, this is Mother God. This is the Lord. Okay. Got 50 cents, but you got Pele. I love that picture. What up, 50? Okay, on the back of this Papa Legba card, this is the card you want me to centralize today, a rendering off of an ancient Sumerian tablet, of course. It says, restriction protection will bode well during this apocalypse. So a lot of you, are moving or have moved to a protected fortress. It's your new home. It's your Four of Wands, but it's your fort. Okay? It's your fort, and you know what? It's your fort. It's your citadel, for real. But there's restrictions still. Not as bad as they were before, but there's still restrictions. Everybody in the 144, and even those outside of the 144, that just because you're not SWAT doesn't mean that you're not gangster and you're not chosen and you're not imbued with your boon. You're turned up. You're phenomenal. Okay? And that's why you're targeted. You're picked up on radar. They can pick you up on it. They can see your light shining and come for you. And they're desperate because the kingdom of heaven has arrived and has taken over. But that just means it feels really bizarre in the air. For a lot of us, it feels like a dream state when you're outside. Like if you watch the movie The Wiz, it feels like that in certain places, depending on your area that you're in, of course. But there's still this strange energy. Some people have vertigo, feel like they like you went down in the elevator one floor real quick, but you're just walking up the street. It's a lot of weird energy here because the landscape is very surreal. You got the natural and the supernatural both, but the supernatural is coming in. The natural was the Emperor energy, that 22-4, that 4 energy. But with the Empress energy coming in to balance this out, there's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of people exiting. You can feel funeral. You can smell the funeral in the air. Like you can smell death in the air. Like it is a lot, especially if you're in the cities. Maybe certain places you're not going to feel this. Maybe not this, but you're feeling something. Something's changed. Something's changed. For those who are persisting and harming you via manipulation of energy, via magic, the abusing of alchemy, or with actual 3D, third dimensional plots and plans still. It doesn't stop until the breath is removed from their body. It does not stop. And you got to be more mindful. Well, the mind is gone. You got to be more conscious and more tapped in, and just logic. You can use logic. You got to use both masculine and feminine energies balanced, right? Use your logic, use your instincts, use your intuition. If those of you that are, clairvoyant, clairaudient, you turn it up, like go to the gym and be like, I gotta bench press some more, this third eye, you know what I'm saying? Because they're more, your protection is increased, but you don't want to void your protection. Is telling you where to go and what's happening and what's going on or what's going to go on, and you're not even hearing it because somebody has sent some energies that are interfering. You're trying to ion flux, with the ion space, but trying to ion flux and hear your peoples on the other side, which is extremely successful and amazing, incredible, informative. And it's a power that those of us who have it, we wouldn't trade it for the world. What the? You would not trade it. You cannot go back to sleep after you done woke up out of cryostasis. This doesn't work that way. Not for the 144,000. We're wired differently, always have been. Oh, you're so sensitive. Oh my God, why are you just so sensitive and stuff? Because motherfucker, you just did some foul shit. And I know it. And I picked up on it. And I know you're full of shit. Because I'm sensitive. I can pick up on it. That's why I'm sensitive. So I know what type of fuckery is going on. I just know now what to do about it when I do pick it up. He's so sensitive. I don't got nobody around me telling me that shit now. You better believe it. I don't got time for that. He's so sensitive. You telling me that gives me volumes about who you are. Go sit down. Sat your ass down. I'm too OG for that. Why are you so sensitive? If I hear that again. And I ain't never heard it from anybody who was on the up and up. They worrying about how sensitive you are and they got mad shit to work on for themselves. Or else. It's a hard knocks life, right? Anyway. The dreadful weapon. Especially with Thoth. Especially with homegirl. We're going to call her homegirl, right? That's working with Thoth. Let's call her Scarlet for now, right? We're gonna call her Scarlet. So Scarlet and Thoth is unleashing this weapon. That's what we're going to pull cards on today. But I wanted you to understand that this is the blueprint for the Ark of the Covenant. And we will break that down as the episodes go on. Right now, this is just breaking news kind of reading of the dreadful weapon. This is the weapon system, and each spoke has a different weapon. And I will give you the sketch on that so you understand. Position 1 is the justice system. Position 2 is Armageddon. Position 3 is Kalima Shakti Day. Position 4 is Ogun, turned up from the voodoo pantheon. Ogun is now in a Kraken mode. That's frightening. It should be. And you still can't see him coming. Position 5. And there's a code for everyone. 113 or 311 for the justice. 214. Happy Valentine's Day Massacre for Armageddon. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going. So there's different positions. We'll get to that. I just have to stick to the fact that there is weaponry involved. So this is the alpha way of the arc or breakdown. And this is the omega. I've had premonitions to explain this more, this system. But it applies to each of the 144,000 for sure. We don't know sometimes what weaponry we're going to be that day. Are we going to be a gun? Do you see that? Even down to the trigger. But that's just one. That's if you turn the tablet around. But there's more to the tablet. A cannon. As you spin this, you see we went from like a cannon to like nuclear warheads and shit. That look like CERN, like Stargates and stuff. I got some stuff to show y'all, man. I cannot wait to show y'all. But this is this is depicting different positions on the Omega war system. This is 113, the justice, the Ma'at scale is there. We'll get more into who's in this image and why she distorted like this, but that would be Ma'at actually. That's Ma'at. You can see her eyes. The reason why she's shaped like that is it's depicting certain buildings and certain monuments. She doesn't look like that in real life. This is a rendering through a lava spill from Pele. Big up to Pele. And this was an image, just half image, and then I put it together. This is representing 214 of Armageddon. Can Can you see Pele in this picture? In the original? That was just a screenshot from a movie, and then you see her. Papa Leg was like, screenshot. There's more to this book, but we're going to get to... Oh, yeah, there's much more to this book. I just want to give y'all an intro on what we are going to cover some more on. Man, these two books I really want to show y'all. Just a preview going forward. This is that white dog that's always with Pele. Sandy Storm. Yeah, sweetie pie, right? But she shows up very gangster. This is in Aaliyah's plane crash wreckage. That's my Sandy Storm. If you go on the website, you get more photos. You can pull that up yourself. That's her snarling because she's very protective. But do I have a regular pic of her? Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, so this is some more images of Sandy. She shows up in the clouds. This was somebody on Instagram that I follow. They took a trip and they were filming outside their airplane window. I screenshot the video, rendered it out, and sent the pictures back to them. And they were like, what the fuck? Pele, the series that I rendered out from just that shot has Sandy, and it has Pele and Papa Lecter, but this is Sandy also in Aaliyah's crash site wreckage. There's a lot going on with that Ark of the Covenant, right? So we'll get through these books, but you can go on the website, Tanya, the Brooklyn Medium. .com, and go on the Spirit Team. You can find out more about my little Sandy Storm and Pele and others, but that website is going to expand even more as needed. Right now we're just going to jump in. Okay, so now I'm being told let's get going with the read. Let's do it. Okay, so I have my Revelations. This is Revelations 1. This is Revelations Tarot. So this is my Revelations Tarot. And this is my Book of Revelations. Mostly call it Book of Revelations. This is the Oracle. So we're going to start with the Oracle. Then I have two other tarot and another Oracle, my 357 Saratoga. Loaded with the Volga, and let's see how Thoth and Scarlet got that dreadful weapon. I'm hearing the song Sweet Queens are made of me. Who am I to disagree? Why did I see that image why did that image get birthed out from a scene that was filmed? How long ago was this X-Men movie filmed? With Homeboy from the Quicksilver. Mercury. I'm hearing Stan Lee. Okay. You know what, Stan Lee? Stan Lee! We call him Mercury on the other side. But can you imagine? You got all these entities that have received a new boon. You have our passed over loved ones that have received a boon and are now more supernatural beings, like, because that's who they really were in the first place. So they return back to goddess mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, but once they receive the healing, when they've gone to Zion, they brought the good karma there. That expands Zion. When you bring your glory or your karma to Zion, it helps it expand. But you still have a certain measure of healing when you get there, because you've paid the illest dues to be in the VIP of the heavens. So the amputations and getting shot dead and poisoned to death, and you know, somebody gave you a fake fucking diagnosis of cancer and you didn't have cancer. Okay? But people made such a banging ass dollar off of fake diagnosing you, then dosing you with some ill shit, chemoing you on top of it. Like, just some real foul, evil ass shit. Okay? So this is my favorite, y'all. When they say that you took your own self out and you overdosed, I got your overdose right here. Stop that shit. Lying. When y'all want to get rid of a celebrity, won't y'all do it, right? That's why we got the dreadful weapon. That's why best believe Thoth is just like, nah, I don't like how certain things have went down. With Nipsey, with a lot of people. I'm hearing Nipsey. What's up, Nipsey? What's up, baby? What's up, Puddin'? I'm like the auntie around here. Hey, baby! Come sit down and eat some food. Hold the voodoo. Okay? Just can't eat from anyone anymore these days. Ain't that some shit? I'm scared to even bring shit to somebody's home because it's so rampant. All this witch talk stuff, this stuff is so rampant that everybody and their mama is sprinkling something in somebody's food. Just sprinkling. Every time you turn on, somebody else sprinkle something. You can't even invite people into your house. Can I go to your bathroom? Sure. Then your facial cream sprinkling bitch be ugly and get old fast sprinklage and shit. They're coming and blow powder at your door and give you Twilight Zone for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's a sprinkling ass motherfucker. So I love this dreadful weapon. You could tell it's very purifying, very cleansing. It's very purifying. Good Thoth is. I mean, you cannot. When that weapon is released and you're harnessing it and you're infused with it, of course, Thoth and Scarlet, when they chilling, when they're not on duty, and they're in Zion, chilling. It's bliss. It's purpose. It's rocking out. When Stan Lee could sit down with Thoth and be like, did you try this? And Thoth is like, I haven't tried that yet. In this primordial voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool as fuck. I love me some Stan Lee. He's over there turning everybody up after they've gone through their healing. What's up to Michael? Big up. Oh, he said Chalky White. I'm like, that's what's up, my ninja, Chalky White. From Boardwalk Empire, child. Awesome. You set a tone. But see, now you're over there as Chalky White in a way that should be frightening to others on this side of the veil that thought shit was sweet. To get rid of actors and rappers and musicians and magicians and this and that. Because. And that because is why we got the dreadful weapon just splat out. And I don't know who the fuck these people, these warlocks and witches that are not on the side of God. And I'm not talking on no Bible thumping. Let's put that to the side. The Bible is not for thumping. It's for decoding. And some other shit, and add some plutonium to it, right? But for the most part, the whole it's a they driving me back to dreadful weapon. Get on it, get with it. Look at the time. Okay, all right. Okay, let's get on with the show. All right, let's get on with the show. Thank you, everybody in Zion. You're always appreciated. I be busy. I be getting my ass whooped. Well, not like I used to. But some of these whippings I gotta take. I be laughing. I gotta take them because there's a price to pay, a very expensive one. If you come near me trying to whip me and you're whipping me. Yeah. Pow, pow, pow. Before I used to be like, oh my God. Now I'm just like, I'm getting an ass whooping. All right. But all is fair in war, right? So you just sent some latest shit to tear me and my family apart or up or into bits and pieces to mess with our housing. This is like the housing. On our end, they're messing with the housing. On our end, they're trying to shut us the fuck up. On our end, hurling health issues, the same shit they've been hurling, the death spells, the cookie can, the butter cookie can. That's what I'm hearing. The cookie can where all of a sudden now you mad sick and you got the Dutch cookie can, but it's not, it ain't no cookies in it. It's just pills in it. It's fuck around and find out Jubilee pills, pressure pills. I've been a stank bitch all my life pills, and now I'm going to hell pills. Like, you know, this is what they got. So they trying to make it so that we have it. So a lot of us are tired, but we are part of the Omega war system. So obviously the war system is, it has so many different facets. It's immeasurable. And it has way more than what I have just revealed to you. Way more components to it. It's multidimensional. It can reconfigure itself and come back out in another reconfiguration. All I know is that everybody who is comprised of the Omega war system is whooping ass. But that dreadful weapon, everybody could take the day off and just let Thoth and Scarlet rock shit with that. So how does it look? 3 positions I'm being told? How does it look? Hitman. Okay, so the first thing is cold case. Oh, woo! So cold cases are getting warmed up by that dreadful. Don't this look like it would warm up a cold case? Those who are intuitive, you know where I'm going with this. Had they not been fucking with you, right? Had they not been fucking with you, then everything they've ever done, whether a court of law could address the situation and they go into prison for it, or this is from every incarnation they've ever had since the Big Bang, and they were allowed to exist with a point of origin, whether it's from Aldebaran or whatever, and now they're in the human experience now, but where they originate from and up until now, they've had multiple incarnations in and out of the human experience, and whatever they have done, they got to pay for it with one lump sum. Judgment Day. 3,600 years long is Judgment Day, and we only 12 years in. Cold case files with the Monkey King. Loving the Monkey King. I just need to show you how he looks when he shows up on my epidermis. What's up, Monkey King? Yes, he does exist. Yeah, I can pause that, but we're gonna keep going. The Monkey King, a couple goes to prison. There's always this couple. Y'all notice that? In the collective reads, it's stay a couple. Some of them might be in-laws or compete. It's all about competition and keeping up with the Joneses. But turn it all the way up to the point that you need the dreadful weapon to obliterate, to show what turning up really is, right? So a competition, a deadly competition that went out of control. More than likely, this is from direct people that you know, direct people, your brother and his stank wife, your sister and her stank husband or stank wife, or your brother and his stank husband or stank wife, whatever the case, could be a monster, but that's one thing. Then there's power people, celebrities and things like that, politicians and stuff, that may not want to go to prison, but they're ratting. There was a lot of tapping into us on all levels so that people can cake off and we shit out of luck. Mealy mouthed and dry, barely could scrape together a couple of coins to take the bus somewhere. Walking in the hot sun to where you gotta go while they in the whip. Nice luxury plush, lifestyle up off of you. And the thing is, they could have tapped into you, taken it, extracted it, and you would never have known because you're so abundant. And they could have been abundant, go over to the side. Eventually, karma will cut that etheric cord, or her ancestor will. But they didn't have to go as far as, I'm not only going to steal from you, but I'm going to make it so that you can't even enjoy your own vibes. We feel better, and we have more of a purpose and more we're more defined, we're more happy and fulfilled, even though nothing fulfills them. They can't drink enough, they can't eat enough to satisfy the thirst, satisfy the hunger. They cannot. They get these little, satisfactory moments of causing us harm. And then it's like a crack, they got to have more of it. Okay? Meanwhile, they're walking around disintegrating from the abuse boomeranging. From I'm going to kick their ass today, and then boom, it boomerangs back. And then on top of it, you have Thoth coming in and be like, okay, let me, it's time for the dreadful weapon. It got to be that bad. And it's going to be that bad for them because you don't need to have it the way they wanted you to have it going forward. It must have been something else for this dreadful weapon to come out. So a couple goes to prison, ratting and getting ratted on, as there is no honor amongst thieves. Vultures rendered neutralized, great fortune to be had. They are in complete ruins. Whoever I'm talking about, they're very showy, very bombastic, gotta do better than you, gotta have better than you. You can't have nothing. They bit off more than they could chew financially. They got played and hustled into doing so and didn't even know it while we was in the throes of really getting our ass handed to them. Our protection was like telling them, do this and do that. You're so susceptible to demonic communication. Well, you can hear communication from us too. Go ahead and do this and go ahead and do that. Demons, sit down. We're going to tell them where to go and what to do going forward. Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant is that lethal. They can tell the demons, sit your ass down. We'll take it from here. So all of that our enemies were infested by, right? To do the illest shit to us can easily be sat down. Demon, move. While we go ahead and tell them where to go and what to do. And the demons is just like, what do I get out of it? You get to still exist. Oh, okay. And if I want to challenge you, then you can cease to exist, or you can exist in a very vast vat of blood fire for all eternity. Oh, no. Okay, let me mind my business. Let me get on. Yeah, get on. Get away from this particular warlock or this particular witch that they refuse to sat the fuck down. This brouhaha and this brouhaho and this bokor and this babalao and all of this stuff. You don't want to sat your ass down. Huh? Okay. The disrespect will not be tolerated. Here comes the dreadful weapon. So everything that was done in the past, here comes Sandy. I knew something was going on in my Sandy girl, Sandy Storm. She can also be in dragon mode as well. She don't like bullies. She don't like bullies. It's about to turn up, y'all. And it will be televised. The Magi and the High Priestess, Ten of Cups, staying in gratitude brings clarity. The judgment for you is your future self is avenging you as you receive your Ten of Cups. This is the end game. So this is why I'm talking specifically to the Trojan ones and chosen ones. And anybody who is going into Zion with the potential of sitting at the ark. Everybody in Zion is not sitting at the ark. The ark is the ark. It's the new matrix. And it's the round table. But there's a lot of entities, countless amount, that are in Zion just having purpose. And it's incredible. And it's friggin' amazing. It's a multi-universe. It's profound. Planetary systems, everything. It's amazing. The different dimensions you can visit. It's God. God. Okay? But here's Sandy but there's some shit that got to get taken care of on Earth, right? So you, and you know what's going on because you'll see the swan, by the way. It's a swan energy. I just saw the swan. So that's your confirmation when you're seeing the swan. If you've been seeing it already, cool. But that's the promise of more goods to come. And the Ten of Cups is already here. They're just sending so much negative energy, so much hate, so much evil eye that Don't even pick up the fucking phone if you can help it when they call, because they'll destroy through the phone. They can do some damage, unnecessary damage. It's unnecessary going forward. It's still a challenge, but your Ten of Cups are here now. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor right now. The Judgment is your future self, because time and space, let's not limit it. Let's not limit ourselves. If you see how badass we are now out of cryostasis, what's coming, what's next? Did our future self, our self 300 years from now, come down from Zion, come through the Ark of the Covenant, right through the CPU of the Ark of the Covenant, and come and take some time out on Earth in this time point, in this point in time. Because in the Ark of the Covenant, time and space, there's no bounds. There's no bounds. We can come in and out of time. There's so many ways to come in and out of Zion to Earth. Any of our loved ones who have passed over to that side, who have gone to Zion, they can come back and forth. And there'll be a time where they will. And you'll see your mom again. Your pops, your best friend, your spouse, your children. Shit, even your motherfucking pet. Okay? Sandy's protection. She is protection. What's the third position? What's going on with that dreadful weapon? Okay, let's see this. This is an individual right here. Talking about a hitman. I felt that though. This meandering hitman. Racist. He comes in all colors. This particular big, kind of thick. Kind of got that Fred Flintstone, that Barney Rubble, but don't have to be white. Just the thick old, or Archie Bunker. Hello, Carol. Carol O'Connor is here. Really looked out for me when I was in the most horrific state. So I always will appreciate Carol O'Connor. But I just heard him say meathead. And if you're an Archie Bunker fan, you know what I'm talking about. So we got this meathead, this Neanderthal, meandering idiot hitman. Be careful in the Northeast, those who are addressing in the Northeast of the United States, Boston in particular, that's coming up. It says an idiot that can not get the job done. And the job that he's supposed to get done is very, very, very horrific. Obviously, because we're talking about the dreadful weapon. Okay? How much time are we in? So the dreadful weapon is deployed. And therefore, whoever this hitman is, he will be discovered or has been. And all his works, because we're dealing with the cold case, right? And then we're dealing with Sandy. Does she look like she's fucking playing? Okay, she never played before. She ain't played before. She ain't play. She ain't gonna play now. She can go into dragon formation, like she's Valcor in the Never-Ending Story. Okay, that's Sandy. She rolls with Pele. So if she's in dragon mode, that makes sense. There's a lot of fire element, like it was said in Prophesied, how this would end for those who are in the trajectory of a complete and utter ending of the way of life on earth that will no longer be accepted, allowed, tolerated. And it's by fire that we cleanse. Okay? So this hitman here, he couldn't, essay you and then remove you from this matrix and have it filmed preferably. Well, now he or she, I'm even hearing she, is dealt with. Everything that was done actually brought, if they can't harm you this way, like I said, and get rid of you like that, then set you up for a crime. They're still trying that shit. Set you up for some type of crime. Maybe that's why the cold case came up. They can warm up now because and this is a boomerang effect. Trying to set people up for a crime they did not do is why everything you've ever done is warming up and coming up to the surface to be revealed. And then you got Sandy Storm, like, I got you. And this is a cold motherfucking case, right? Like, we were supposed to believe that Aaliyah went out, like what? Like what? Come on now. That's being dealt with. Whoever had a hand in that is being dealt with. Is being dealt with. What's up, Aaliyah? What's up? Let me calm down, child. As long as there's justice, I can keep calm, and that's what we're supposed to do at this point. That's what I'm hearing. We can keep calm because something like as drastic as the dreadful weapon is popping right now. It's warming up cold case files. It's dealing with, it's dealing with very volatile forces, very, very volatile people. This is the bottom of the deck. This is Kali Ma, right? Again, messing with your housing. It's dealing with Freemason law enforcement that are corrupt. That because of this weapon deployed from Thoth and Scarlet, okay? They're going either into prison or into a coffin, or going into prison and then a coffin. There's older males involved. They have failed plots of child smesh, okay? Trafficking, assaults, exodus, taking them out, kidnappings, the poisoning, gang stalking, pure lunacy. It's giving the moon card energy. All them secrets. They're coming out to the forefront. Thank you, Monkey King, for bringing that. Now, the number code is going to be 187, or any derivative of it. 817, 178, but those three numbers in any configuration, these people are going to hell where they will see Kali, okay? Where they have to go and see Kali, right? Let me get some tarot in. Just give me some clarity, some further or more to the story, data with this cold case. Six of Swords. Something that they were supposed to have gotten away with, the Lovers. Okay, we're getting this couple energy again. We're getting this couple energy. They wanted to go into calmer waters. It's the Lovers. I'm going to cover that because I don't know how much boobage or whatever, is on that card that's susceptible. But you got the Lovers in reverse. There was a poor choice that was made. Couples that... This couple might fake like they're humanitarian, but they don't do nothing for the planet. They are so concerned about who owes them, what the planet owes them, instead of being that stand-up male or female where they're like, I owe the world. Ain't nobody owe me shit. I owe it to the world to be the shit. Now, they don't owe it to the world to be shit. They want to show off to the world that they're the shit by any means necessary. Okay? And they did a lot of foul shit. And they recruited others who had the resources and corrupt authority to do some foul shit. Now, they want to get away, but they're not getting away to anything because the way these cards came out, they're going into the Lovers in reverse. If you look at the Omega War system, there's a 12 o'clock position. That's the CPU. That's the Zion, the gate to Zion. If you overlay the map of Jerusalem on top of it, all the gateways align perfectly with the system. The gate of Herod, and Herod was a piece of shit, and that's why it's called the gate of hell as well. Now, the gate of hell has a 6 o'clock position, and the code, because you already heard me say the 5th position or 517 is apocalypse. By the time you get to the 6th position or 618, you're dealing with the 666 or the 18. You're dealing with all the different signs that align with it. Taurus aligns with the apocalypse. Gemini aligns with the gate of hell. Now, Gemini also aligns with the gate of heaven. So, Geminis, big up to y'all Geminis. They're on the up and up. The Geminis who are not, you can kiss my ass. Because I know that's you sitting up there like, bitch, I was about to tell you the same thing. Yeah, I got you, Gemini. I know how y'all get down. Y'all some smart asses. But, you know, I'm an OG. I'll whip out the belt in a minute. So calm down. For the Geminis that are like, whoa, nah, I'm good. Shit, damn. Big up to y'all. Continue to make the best choices as the geniuses of the zodiac, as we're now in the air element, this age of Aquarius. This works very well for you to bring out the communications, bring out blessings as far as health regimes, mathematics, like amazing bounty that Gemini. I'm going to go into each sign and what they're bringing out for the ages. That'd be fantastic. But taking the high fucking road, Gemini, you already know. Because you've been in every sign. But this current lifetime during Judgment Day, here is the air element. It's the mental, it's the intellect, and it's about choices. Take the low road, it can lead you to some... The way it can lead you is it's not like how before. When you might be able to get out of it. You ain't getting out of this. That you take that low road, you'll never see you again. This is the physics now. Take the high road, get your blessings, Gemini. What's up? It's always nice talking with Geminis about the esoterics. It's fun. It's always a great interaction. You know, I'm triple Capricorn. Capricorn, Leo, and Gemini. That is one trinity that enjoys talking about the esoterics. If you get those three in a grouping, we talk for hours about the esoterics. All right, so let's focus. Oh, this is already coming out. Ace of Cups. To go with that 10 of Cups and Justice. Everything right side up. Beautiful. This is awesome. Awesome. This is for Sandy. Okay, let me hide the bosom. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but... There's a feminine power here. Do you see that? Very Empress energy. Very Empress energy. It's a beautiful, beautiful vibe. It'll help heal the tired and exhausted and worn out, distorted Emperor energy. Perhaps the Emperor's distorted because he's exhausted. Where the fuck is the Empress? Well, she was hung upside down from the tree, ready to be lynched for a very long time, her energy. Now she's come down with judgment to dole out. The Empress is not to be fucked with right now. And it will stay like that for 3,600 years. Her bringing judgment for all that restriction shit. But everything she's ever learned from the restriction, she gets to apply at a time most needed. Nothing's in vain, everything in divine order. And she is an energy. So there's males and females that need that Empress energy, that third eye energy, right? Nice and sharp. That machete, that third eye, that machete, keep it sharp, keep it rust free. Okay? For that Emperor energy, that'll be in the next episode. We talk about the Emperor and the trailblazing. How you gonna trailblaze with a dull, very dull blade? Speaking of dull blades, the Hierophant. People who want to so badly, obsessed. One, because they've been so used. You see this hitman? Deployed by this fuck shit. The Hierophant. The powers that be that don't want people coming out of cryostasis, being earth angels, avatars. They don't, true alchemists, true witches, true warlocks, true high priests, high priestess, true magicians, magi. They don't want none of that. It's supposed to be behind the moon for them to abuse. Right? That's what it's supposed to be. Interesting. They're so desperate. They're in positions of authority. And on the outside, they look like they're on the up and up. But in the background, they got somebody tied up in the basement as they do wicked shit to them like an episode of Criminal Minds. And that's what the fuck has been running the powers that be. That's the type of energy. I call it Medusi. My nickname for Medusa, or the second beast of Revelations. All that power being commandeered. Prophecies you cannot stop. The dreadful weapon you cannot endure. Play God over people in their lives, how they control, how they eat, how much privacy they have. Their birthright, their purpose, their destiny. Keep coming for them, draining them dry of that, right? Till you leave nothing but a carcass and you moon Father and Mother God like I did what I want to do to your favorite, and fuck you what? And then they bring down the wrath and the fucking doom, Van Doom, and that's what it is. I'm pretty sure Father and Mother God was just like, Thoth, Scarlet, which y'all feel like taking a road trip right now to Earth? I'm gonna do some things. Yeah, true. Come on. Let's do this. Thoth, you got that dreadful weapon? Yeah, I got that shit right here. That's what's up. Let's do it. And Stanley's like, if you really want maximum impact, I would take that dreadful weapon in and do beep. Top secret. Thank you, Stan Lee. Give me more on this Hierophant in reverse. How are people able to get away with shit? Whether they are gangster and politician or whatever, it's usually some type of law enforcement. Corrupt. And I'm not talking corrupt as far as man laws. I'm talking about corrupt as far as moral code. You're a detective, you do a major drug bust, there's millions of dollars around you, and you take a stack for yourself and your fam and shit like that. I'm triple Capricorn with mad Aquarius in my chart. I don't give a fuck about that. It's you putting your knee on someone's neck and killing them over a $20 fucking bill. It's just sneaking into people's homes and putting poison in their fucking coffee, and listening devices and CCTV, watching people in their most intimate moments. That's what the dreadful weapon is for. For when you go to take a dump, but there's a satellite camera watching you, all the way down in your apartment taking a dump. For what? That's what the dreadful weapon is for. People thinking it's sweet to come for you. That's what the weapon is for. And the fact that we need them out of here a little bit faster than what the Matrix is doing, that's what the weapon's for. Another card in this Hierophant in reverse. Smelly. This stink. King of Wands. Always, this gives me Diddy. As of late, he's been dominating these reads. As a sacrificial lamb, of course. As a sacrificial lamb. Give me more in this Hierophant and this King of Wands. Okay. Give me another card that we're going to talk about. Wish fulfillment. Since 94. Grind me in the early 90s. Ain't hard to find me. What up? If you don't know already that this is Diddy. This is Diddy. Diddy is very important. He is very important, y'all. You got 50 and you got Diddy. Yo. So for the Trojan ones, if you don't think by now that all that ritualistic bending over and the freak-offs wasn't about stealing from Trojan ones and chosen ones, and he's not the only one, and this has been going on way before he was even born, way before Sean Combs was born. But because of who Sean Combs really is, his true destiny as the new hell, nothing's in vain. All of that torture, that savage demon insisting that Scorpion energy, all hellbound, he was insisting on everything cruel and deplorable. Insistent. And none of it is in vain. He is the perfect demon for the destiny that he got going on. For all that stealing, all that 9 of cups and 4 pentacles, from rituals to using and abusing staff members, debauched, thief, living off of others, 94, kicking the door, waving that what? That 44, the continuum, 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 4. Activate, scroll, time and space, and bring every prophecy to fruition. And the meek inherits the earth. Diddy is just, what do you call it? The beta. And that's I'm giving him a lot of credit. Just calling him the beta. And he's always had a problem with being the beta. From Uptown Records, he was beta. Then he got fired, and then he was put into, thanks to little Clive Davis, put into his own little alpha. You know, he had his own little alpha thing. You know, he had Bad Boy that he was taught, I'm pretty sure, heavily to do the illest witchcraft. Starting from now. You got your own label, then you gotta do witchcraft. Am I right? Oh, am I right? Right? Right, Sean? But you were still the beta. And everything, Ciroc, everything, beta. You don't like that, and that's why you treat people so horrifically. I don't doubt that you would one day get to hear this, even if it's when you're in hell and it's played over a creepy loudspeaker in hell. So you can hear me. I'm glad we crossed paths that day. I'm glad you put that Big Mac container in my hands. Perfect. 4 of Wands in reverse. Again, both these cards are dealing with housing, your foundation, your citadel. This is what it's about. If we get you out of suitable housing, then your strength is, how strong can you be? What can you really do, right? Because you got to worry about where you're going to rest your head with your kids and your spouse. So coming for the jobs, coming for any of your funds. You got to be careful how much you spend now going forward. This is only for a time. It'll pass. Papa was like, and this will pass. That's why the dreadful weapon is here to make sure it passes. Give me a little bit more on that. I'm using the 357, y'all. Right? So let's ask. The 6 of Swords and the Lovers, when it comes to these cold case files, warming right on up. Okay, give me something on that. Oh, it says the illest doom, the lake of fire. So they get the illest doom, the lake of fire in your mouthpiece for eternity has arrived. Okay, so the lake of fire. They can't get away. That's where they're going. They think I don't know where they think they're going, but that dreadful weapon is just like, let me help you. Let me help guide you to where the fuck you need to go. Well, you've been doing with the Hierophant in reverse and that King of Wands. This is where I was like, oh, you see that element of fire? I mean, this is the King of Wands, so it's going to be fire element, but that dreadful weapon is wilding, right? That dreadful weapon. Moloch. Diddy. Moloch. On the Lover's card. That's what I'm asking about. It says, no woman, I know when we listen to Kanye is not, no one man should have all that power, but this one is saying no woman should have all that power, that hate towards females. I'm telling you, it's all this. Earth was really in a lot of trouble if this Empress energy didn't re-enter to give judgment. By the way, the Empress energy, it will change 3,600 years from now, or we're already 12 years in it. So when the new cycle, the new 3,600 year cycle goes on, it'll be a different five vibration. It'll be an 11-3-5, and this will be a mastery. And I'm going to bring the numbers so you guys will have it. I'll do it. I'll upload just on that. But the 11 is master or justice, and the Empress. So she would be bringing justice. The Empress bringing justice. The Empress bringing balance, good karma. Yeah. Okay. So can I get one more? Oh, here we go. They're not emotional like Carl Thomas. They're really emotional right now because they made the wrong choices. Now everything they've ever done is up for review. They will go into a prison or get taken out. Like, who knows who these people really been dealing with and who they really know up in the narrows of Gotham. Because if there was some things, some choices that they made, and they don't have the monies to pay the bookies, it could get real, gully amongst all these people in the narrows by themselves over there to the side. The ones who decided to put these little plots and plans together. Now they're mad emotional. Let's see why. In the back of this card, it says the star, the continuum, energy, and justice is served. We're in the age of Aquarius now. Justice is to be served. It says the second coming is cleansing out Illuminati sectors. Hollywood is now the new Ark of the Covenant. Wheel of Fortune and the Gate of Herod is wide open and very busy. The number for the Gate of Herod is 135. Okay? So they're very emotional because they made some choices that they will not be able to get away with, that they are going to hell. So how that looks with the dreadful weapon facilitating a faster exodus, it's got to be really bad, y'all. It got to be real bad. Oh. So this came plopping out for the Justice card with Sandy Storm, making sure that everybody who has been stalking you, spying on you, people who have authority and are corrupt with it, people who have been paid to do some foul shit to you, sneak into your home, put listening devices, yada, 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 the list goes on. But this is definitely about poison. 33-degree Templars are concerned right now, and you should be, darling. Poison plots, bribed staff, security staff, janitor staff, anybody fake, got a master key going into your building, going into your house for, oh, there's a water main break. Nah, that's something else. Wicked, I'm telling you, wicked. It says your enemies are in the 9 of Swords as they observe you persevere. Yeah, because Sandy's on it. Sandy don't play. That's Valcor. Don't like bullies, man. Senpaku, when it comes to the Ace of Cups, Senpaku, if you want to look it up, it's a Japanese terminology. It deals with the lack of life force drained. Something's wrong. If you have Senpaku, either something's wrong spiritually or mentally or physically, but there is a breach in your life force. You need rest, you need rehabilitation, recuperation. I have it slightly right now. Most of us Americans have it at some point, but when it's truly severe, then you got to check on your Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is flowing for us. Healing. It's about healing, resurrecting from ruins. Justice is to be served. Empress energy, you being the Empress. And even the masculines that I'm talking to, Empress, what can you do that will bring manifestation? Your mind has to be clear of worry, y'all. For real. They send in anxiety. They use us against ourselves. They send anxiety, messing with the health, especially in the dream state. Now that has to go back to them. Give me one more card on that Senpaku. Healing from all the poison they put in your cup. It's time for the Capricorn Aquarius energy right here. I love this is the Capricorn card. Santorini. Greece. Oh, they're gonna need Greece? Okay. Ciao. Well, I'm talking about the country Greece. Big up to Greece. But it's talking about good power and authority, because that's my Sandy girl. Of course, it's power and authority. When a gangster dog come up and through, there's gonna be authority. We're seeing a lot of eye stuff, a lot of watching, but they can't see you like they used to be able to. They cannot, and they're very sick. This Hierophant is very sick because he was abusing avataric energy, like in the movie. Oh, excuse me, in the series, The Carnival, Brother Justin Crow, he was using that Maya energy, that anybody can use it, but if you're wicked, you're gonna use it for evil, and his eyes would turn completely black. Right? So it says with Ma'at and Da'ath. Ooh, that's an amazing couple, y'all. Ma'at and Da'ath. Talk about power couple. So you got a power couple that's going down. You got them that hired a hitman. And all of them are somehow central connected to Sean Combs. Somehow. Some way. Interesting. They said that they won't see it coming, the Kraken that's on its way. There's been how many Kraken so far? There's more to come. Well, that's King of Wands, because we're going to wrap this up. Rikers, or prison. The King of Wands, like I said, Diddy. And this is for all the death spell work, all that spell work he done did. Ooh, about to burp. Excuse me. Ooh, that's a lot of spell work Sean done did. With that Dantor, Azuli Dantor from the Voodoo Pantheon that got excommunicado and dissed, and now in hell. Dantor's in hell now. But Diddy's like, she got my back. She's in hell now. And I'll explain why you are in hell. That's when you're going to get rest. Mars, you waged war. These are people who waged war over your goods. They waged war over your goods. Now they're going through complete calamity. And you got the Ashtar Command here. What's up? The Ashtar Command is here. It's culminating. The Tit for Tat Club. They keep sending shit to you. And it keeps going back. But in the meantime, Wheel of Fortune for you. Okay? Anything else that this... Oh, they're so competitive, these people. Anything else that this dreadful weapon that we need to know? Anything else? Oh, this is like CERN. So this gate, the Stargate is open. And there's so much more people from the other side getting taken care of, because there was a lot of enemies that were sent to you. Now they go in here. For everything they've ever done to you, they go into jail somehow, some way, because they commit crimes or they set you up for one that you did not do. And somehow, some way, the universe, or perhaps the Ark of the Covenant, finds a way of sending that shit right back to their ass. Move forward. Anything else? I love it. Now, this is a good King of Wands. That's Sean Price, the rapper. What's up, Sean? That's a true King of Wands. Resilience, courage, test of faith, persistence, boundaries. Where there is a divine, there is a karmic. Yeah, so just know that you're going to keep them in your business until they're disintegrated. But that's what you chose to do. That's what you signed up for. That's your destiny. And you are protected. The cavalry and the dreadful weapon, as bad as it is, there's still other weapons just as formidable that the Ark has, that the Ark is. Stay tuned. We're going to have more to talk about.